like more fun and open, and you were good.
Fun and open?
Yeah.
What, you want me to take my top off? Today on the Edgy Veg, I wanted to share with you guys my tips for going vegan in 2016. I know that there's been a lot of stuff in the media and a lot of celebrities talking about it. And I know everybody's talking about how we have to reduce our meat consumption because the world's falling apart. So I went vegan about almost 6 years ago now. So I want to share with you just like a quick, painless way to go about it that will lead to success. Yeah, I want this video to be super inclusive. I don't want to just talk at you guys, so like, talk to me. Talk back to me. I want you guys to talk to each other. The reason why I started the Edgy Veg was to create a community because I felt all alone, and I never want you guys to feel alone. So let's like blow that up. Like, I want to know every thought. Step number 1, educate yourself. This was huge for me, and I think this is something that keeps vegans vegan. I mean, society is very hard on us. I mean, people would just be like, come on, just do it a little bit. It won't hurt you. Like, it's like just a toke, come on. This will help you to stay firm in your beliefs. If a lot of you guys are kind of like science buffs like I am, there are so many books and so many studies out there that prove that we don't need meat anymore as a society to survive. So me personally, why would I have something killed so I can eat when it's not necessary? That's just my personal opinion. But if you want to go the more factual route, aside from watching like those really scary documentaries, and some are totally like consumable without a really scary edge, like there's Forks Over Knives, there's Hunger for Change, there's Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Cowspiracy is a little bit harder to watch. But if you want to go beyond that and you want even more facts, there's tons and tons of studies out there, so educate yourself, because ultimately, when somebody comes at you and wants to know facts and wants to know why you're vegan, you want to be able to talk like in an educated way about your life choices, right? You don't want to stand there like, you know, kind of like humming and hawing about why you did it. Really know why you went vegan and educate yourself so you can speak intelligently about the topic to other people. Number 2, gradually cut down. The way that I went successfully vegan is I did not go cold turkey on all animal products. I did not do that. For me, I ultimately am a foodie and there's things that I loved, and to take everything away from me was a very, very emotional time. It was very difficult. I would like sit in my room in the corner alone eating pizza behind closed doors because I just felt like it was too hard. It was too hard to take everything away at the same time. So I did that for a few weeks and ultimately failed over and over and over again. So I gradually just removed one thing. I would suggest to do it in this order. First, get rid of all the meat. First, you can eat all the cheese and milk and whatever you want, because there are vegetarian options that are very delicious, however they rely on that. But first, get rid of the meat. You will get rid of a lot of the really horrible things that are in these foods, but you still get to consume the other things that you really like. Number 2, get rid of direct dairy. Cheese, milk, cream, for example, not cookies, because it's not directly dairy, but get rid of all the stuff that is like obviously dairy. Oh, we got rid of eggs in step 1. So get rid of eggs and meat. Number 3, get rid of the hidden dairy in eggs. So like cakes and cookies and snack foods. At that point, you do have to read your ingredient lists, but by the end of 3 months, you will have gradually eased your way into the lifestyle, making it a lot easier than if you went cold turkey and then broke down one day and then you feel guilty. Step 1, meat and eggs. Step 2, direct dairy. Step 3, hidden byproducts of dairy and eggs in other products. And then step 4, once you've mastered that and you feel comfortable with that, then you can go to like the beauty products and the leather clothing and shoes and household cleaning products, because there's like animal products and everything. Eventually, when you're comfortable with eating in a great way, then worry about the other stuff, or else you're gonna lose your mind. Step number 3, get food inspiration and see what's out there. We have Pinterest. This is a great vehicle for you to pin things. So pin your favorite recipes and don't go for things that you are like, oh, this is vegan and I should eat this, that you would never have eaten on a regular basis anyway. Go for things that you like. Tacos, pizza, muffins, cakes, whatever it is that you genuinely want to eat, pin recipes for those. Go to the grocery store, the Whole Foods, the natural food store, and buy the products that you actually want to eat. And collect recipes, collect cookbooks with recipes in it that you actually want to make. Also, go to vegan restaurants and get inspiration. See what's available, see what's possible. There might be things that you never thought that you could make vegan that you could find at a vegan restaurant or a vegetarian restaurant and be totally inspired. You might want to recreate that at home. So see what's out there. Once you've been eating the foods that you really want to eat, then you can look at the more healthful approach. People are always like, oh,
you're gonna be malnourished and you're not gonna get enough protein and blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden I'm a nutritionist and I know everything about.
The great way to start is to start with the vegan food pyramid. So the vegan food pyramid, you can find it online. It's the same as a regular food pyramid. You have like your oils and sugars on the top, and then you have like your beans and legumes and grains, and then you have your like dairy substitutes and your fruits and vegetables. It's not that different, but consult that. And I mean, don't go like buy the book. I mean, be creative, but it's a really great guideline to starting to eat whole foods. Food is the key here. If you are comfortable and happy eating what you are, this lifestyle will work for you. People are always like, oh, well, you can't have this and you can't have that. And I'm like, well, I can still have burgers and cookies and tacos and pizza and ice cream, and what else do we eat? Like, I have all the same things, just they're a little bit different. They're modified a little bit. And eventually you will get over the fact that the vegan cheese doesn't taste exactly like cheddar. Number 4, coming out of the closet. This is important. When you make this lifestyle decision, you will have resistance, whether it's from your partner, whether it's from your family, your friends, general society. People will be shocked and confused and will not understand why you're doing this. So you have to be able to, going back to step number 1, be educated in why you made this decision and then educate them. I like to think of it as steps, like step number 1, explain why you're doing it. Step number 2, explain how you're doing it. The first thing I promise when you tell your family that you're going vegan, they're gonna be like, you're gonna be malnutrition, meh, meh, meh. So step 1, why? Step 2, how? Explain to them how you do it. Explain to them that you are following the vegan food pyramid, or you've read the China study, or you watched Forks Over Knives and you have all these great resources, so you're going to make it successfully. Step number 3, tell them and assure them it will not affect them. Usually when people freak out, it's because they all of a sudden are like,
oh my God, now you can't come over for dinner. I'm not gonna know what to feed you, and I can't come hang out with you, and we can't go out to eat together anymore, and meh, 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 meh.
And just, you have to tell them it's not going to affect you. It's not as dramatic as you're making it out to be. If I come over for dinner, maybe, I'll make my own food when I come over and we can cook together, or I'll bring an option. And I always say lead with a fork. So become really good at making this vegan food and then enthusiastically share your delicious vegan food with the people that aren't vegan. I know that if I was not as great of a cook as I am, and I wasn't so enthusiastic about getting everybody to try vegan food, like I would be on my own. James would have been gone so long ago. The man, when I met him, was eating things like beef tongue and the scariest things I've ever seen ordered at a restaurant in my life. And I have friends that they come over and the first thing they do is they check the freezer to see if my vegan ice cream is in there, or they check the fridge to see what cookies I made recently. I have people that don't even ask anymore. They just go in the fridge and start eating food. It's always vegan. They're always excited. So that is, I think, the best way to do it is just lead with the fork, show people what's possible, and eventually they will warm up to the idea. Along with coming out, you also want to seek a community. I mean, most of my friends are not vegan. Most of my family members are not vegan. I mean, I have a couple vegan friends now, and it's really fun, and they share the same enthusiasm that I have. But a really great online community is also amazing. I talk to you guys all the time, and we share recipes back and forth, and we share our experiences. I mean, if you have no vegan friends, I'll be your vegan friend. Find yourself some sort of support, or else you're gonna feel like you're on this island and you're isolated and you're all alone, and that's not fun. And I know because I've been there, and it sucks, and you feel alone, and you feel like nobody understands you. Step number 5 is don't worry about your wardrobe and your beauty products until you've mastered food. So let's say you've mastered food and now, you've been vegan for like a year and a half, and you're ready to start with everything else in your life. This doesn't mean getting a garbage bag and dumping all your beauty products in there and dumping all your leather belts and your shoes and throwing it away. That's insanely wasteful, and then that animal's life is so, it's just wasted and wasn't worth it. Keep using your products. Use your products until they run out, and then at that point, replace that one product or two products that you ran out of with a vegan and cruelty-free option. So I would suggest starting with beauty first. It's a lot easier to find vegan beauty products than it is to find vegan clothing and vegan shoes. So I would say do beauty products first, clothing second, and shoes and handbags and belts and whatever else is leather third. Do that last. Then you don't have to think about oh my God, what am I gonna eat? What am I gonna buy? What am I gonna put on my face? It's too much. So take off small chunks one at a time. Just like eating. I would never try to shove an entire pizza in my mouth. I would do it one bite at a time. Step number 6, don't bother with the vegan please. Don't listen to the vegan please. Shockingly enough, the most hate that I get on this channel is from other vegans, because they don't think I'm doing it the right way. Now there's many different types of vegans. There's the 80-10-10 fruitarians, there's the junk food vegan, there's the gluten-free vegan, there's the super healthy vegan. So don't think that you have to do it a certain way. There's no wrong way. You just have to find the right way for you. Maybe you live in Australia or California and you can be an 80-10-10 vegan because it's always hot and there's an abundance of fruits and vegetables, and that works for you. I live in Canada. I can't do that. I tried to be a raw foodist and it was horrible. It's minus 40 degrees here, and we have to support each other. Just because my vegan doesn't look like your vegan doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. You just have to set the haters aside. You have to just do what's right for you and seek out people that will support you. Even taking one step and making an effort is better than doing nothing. Just do what makes you feel good, know that you're doing a good thing, and if you ever need support, I'm here. And there's other people that are here too, so just do you girl, or boy, or just. Step number 7, supplement. It is a good idea while you're getting into the hang of things to supplement, I think, 2 important things. One is B12 and the other one is iron. Get a nice vegetarian iron supplement as you're switching over because you're still learning. So instead of eating an entire head of kale in one sitting, get an iron supplement and take it just until you get the hang of things. Something that I supplement even 6 years into being vegan is B12, and this is why. Yes, it only comes naturally from animals, which a lot of people are like,
If it comes naturally from animals and you need it to be healthy, then you should be eating animals.
wrong. It's because it's found in dirt, and animals eat dirt, which makes it into their body. And then when you cook an animal and eat it, then you get the B12. You used to be able to get this from fruits and vegetables, but we grow our vegetables in such a clean and sterile way that we don't get the exposure to the dirt anymore. It's not because you're unhealthy, it's because this is something that you need, and unfortunately we don't grow our own food anymore, and we're not getting exposed to that. Number 8. That's 8, right? Yeah. Number 8, spend time with animals. This was something that really helped me. You see just what gentle, beautiful animals they are. And I think that's really important. This is a great way to remind yourself that this is a thing that you're doing not for yourself, but for another being. So, you know how you get emotionally attached to a dog, and then the last thing you could possibly think of is harming that dog? Well, this because we live in cities, most of us, you aren't exposed to that. So you really get to feel and spend time with that animal and come to care about farm animals. Number 9. That's Number 9 is never stop learning. Always educate yourself. Always try the new products that are out there. Always try new recipes. It's so important. It keeps things interesting. Try new ingredients. Sometimes I'll go to the grocery store and I'll pick out this weird ingredient that I've never heard before, and then I'll bring it home and I'll try to cook something with it. So always experimenting, always adventuring, trying new places, trying new products. reading new books, rewatching videos and documentaries. It's a great way to keep you always inspired, and it gives you information to share with those around you as well. And number 10, which I kind of touched on in number, I don't know, like 5 or 6, was there is no right way of doing this. I think this is a great way to slowly ease your way in and keep you successful, but maybe you have a different way. Maybe your way of reducing your meat consumption or being a vegetarian or being a vegan works for you. Doing a challenge is really great. It kind of goes against everything I just talked about, but some people will do like a vegan challenge for a month, and that's a great way to kickstart it. But this video was just more of like a broader approach to it. So pick something that works for you, no matter how you go about doing it. That meal that you have that doesn't have meat or dairy in it saves lives. And you're saving animals by doing that. Be happy, because at the end of the day, people don't like to be told that what they're doing is wrong, and it's a terrible, terrible way of advertising this lifestyle if you're constantly preaching and attacking people. So just don't do that. Help others out if they need help, and encourage them. And if they fall off the wagon or they think it's too hard, encourage them. Don't shut them down and call them mean things. Just help them along. So those are my tips on how to become vegan. I hope that it makes your transition smooth and easy and delicious. If you guys have any tips for new vegans or those transitioning or those thinking about being vegan, leave them in the comments below. I would love to read them and see what you guys did that worked for you and or what you're doing now. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a big, huge thumbs up. Please subscribe. It really helps get the vegan word and plant-based lifestyle word out there. And share it with your friends, whether they're vegan, whether they're vegetarian, whether they're omni, whether they're just looking for something healthy. Share these videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Today on the Edgy Veg, we are going to do a bunch of vegan taste testing for you guys. We bought a lot of vegan junk food, packaged food.